is a classic riff by Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water. That's the way they play it on the intro of the album. We'll learn to play that today, but first we'll go ahead and start off with the beginner's way, and this is the way you play that. First I'll play it on the high E string. And so that's a very easy way to play it. And it's one of the first songs that many guitarists learn. So we want to get our form down just right. And the first thing we want to do is take the thumb, make sure it's just pointed straight up, and then you take it. And this is just the form to fret a note and how to put your thumb on the neck. And I'm going to put it right straight up and down in the center of the neck. And then you can see that my wrist is going to be straight as well. Alright, well let's get right into the song. Oh, and also make sure that the neck is up just a little bit, just angled upwards a little bit, and your arm is comfortably on the guitar and you're holding your pick like this. And what I do for that is I take the tip of the pick, I'm going to put it on my thumb as it's staying straight up and down, take my finger and curl it around. And that way I can keep my wrist straight here and not have to bend it, and it's comfortable to pick. Alright, so I'm going to take the pick, and I'm going to play the open high E string. And this string is the high E string, even though it's lower towards the floor, because it has a higher pitch than the low E string. And just as a note, if my guitar doesn't sound like yours, it's because I'm tuned down 1/2 step. But everything else is the same, and I'm just going to still call it the high E string. Alright, first, high E, open. Then taking everything I talked about before, go up to the 3rd fret and take the fleshy part of your finger and gently clamp. You don't want to pull back, thumb straight up and down. So go ahead and do this. Go open 3, open 3, open 3. And go ahead and pause that, especially if you're a beginner, and practice that. And make sure every note sounds clean and sharp and sustains. And you want to make sure your finger's right behind the fret, not too far back, right about there. And make sure that you can hold that note if you want. Alright, so we have open 3, open 3, but the next thing we're going to do is slide up gently to 5. So it's going to be open 3, 5. Good. And then you can practice that move too. Open 3, 5, and then just keep playing it over again. So that'll be the first part of this riff. Open 3, 5. Get that down before you move on to the second part. The second part is going to be the same as the first, but with a slight variation. It's going to be open 3, 6, 5. One more time. Open 3, 6, 5. And I'm going probably a little fast for a beginner, but you want to take it nice and slow and make sure every note sounds good. Open 3, 6, 5. The most important thing is that you have good form and that the notes sound clean. Take as much time as you need, and do not worry about sounding exactly like me or the band at first. It takes a little bit of time to get there. Alright, so up to this point we have open 3, 5, open 3, 6, 5, open 3, 5, 3, open. And I'm just all doing down picks. You know, my hand isn't touching the guitar, it's just comfortably resting here with the wrist straight. Alright, and the last part of the riff is just simply going to be open 3, 5, 3, open. So we're going to do the third and final part of the Smoke on the Water riff here. Open 3, 5, 3, open. One more time. Open 3, 5, 3, open. Good. And make sure that every note sounds good again, and pause it at each part of the riff before you move on. So all together, it's going to sound like this. Open 3, 5, open 3, 6, 5, open just my one finger, and you can play this on any string. So let me go ahead and try the D string. And practice every single one if you like. Alright, so that is the beginner way of playing it. But on the album, they play it a slightly different way. They actually use two strings, and it's going to be the strings D and G at first. So I'm just going to take my pick, and I'm going to down pick both of them at once. That can be a little tricky, because you don't want to hit the B string. So sometimes I actually pinch with the pick in this finger, but that's a little more advanced. Like that. But so we're going to do the open, again, the open D and G, and then we're going to go to the 3rd fret, just like the easy way. But I'm going to take my one finger, I'm going to lay it flat. And this is more advanced. Beginners shouldn't do this. This is called a bar, and I'm just going to lay it flat across the 2 frets there on the G and the D string. So we're going like that. And it's going to follow the same pattern. I'm just going to use this one finger the whole time, and that's all there is to it. And that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, please email me or leave a comment. And I hope this lesson was helpful to you. Thank you very much.